It was for a while. What is his unicorn looking ass? Is everyone ready? What is his Doom guy looking ass? Forsaken. Also, I guess they don't want to call him Doom guy anymore because it's been calling him Slayer lately. You think if Deadpool were in this game, he'd be like, "Yo, it's the guy from Doom." Something like that. Someone to break the fourth wall. I mean, not just Deadpool, but like, "Yo, it's the guy from Doom." See, he's back to being a default now. What's the deal with Doom? Man, I wish the audience could hear what you're saying. Because I'm recording this right now. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a real problem. Well, I'm working on it, man. But I'm about to die. Can you come back? Ah, the server. The server. What's happening? What's happening, Mick? Did I disconnect or did you disconnect? Think about that. What's a triumph? Well, go and hit us up in a new lobby, bro.
Oracle, Dr. Young is dead. Have you figured out a way past these security gates? Before she died, she told me there's a production plant hidden somewhere in the gardens.
The Wayne Tech security protocols seem to be hack-proof. Lucius did a good job.
So I don't think it's concrete, but Ahsoka, as far as the canon is concerned, has never met Luke Skywalker, which is kind of a shame. That would be so interesting. I mean, you know, maybe imagine, like, say Luke didn't know how far Luke didn't realize what was sort of how far Vader had really fallen. So, you know, maybe Luke finds out about the fight on Mustafar with Obi-Wan. And, then perhaps, you know, he's like, alright, well, fuck, I guess he's not that great a person. There's, you know, no redemption from this. And then, you know, just so maybe Luke finds out how bad it really was. And then Ahsoka reminds him that people change or whatever, and how good he was. That until a certain point, everything he did was for the right reason. He just got a little carried away or something like that. But there's a book that came out, basically, it's written by Luke Skywalker. It's supposed to be, I guess it's supposed to be a canon, like, explanation of everything. And so, you know, it's just like a journal, and Luke writes about Ahsoka, mentioning her and talking about being Anakin's Padawan in the Clone Wars. Which, I mean, that's kind of cool. But it'd be really cool if, by the way, fuck Star Wars Resistance, I'm just going to come out and say it. It'd be cool if we got like a Rebels follow-up series, and it featured, it was about Luke, but it had everyone else. Because you have Clone Wars, which is about, like, you know, the Clone Wars. And so then you have this series about Luke. And, you know, every now and then you see a certain character, maybe like halfway through the first season you see Ezra, and you're like, what the fuck? And then, you, like, later on, you see, Ahsoka and Sabine. It'd be great. And so the show's about Luke making the new Jedi Order, and maybe they all become part of it or something. Maybe not permanently, since that would definitely break the canon if they stuck around, but it would be cool to see those interactions. Now, I don't know if you can do it in a cartoon, and I don't think they should recast Mark Hamill for, like, a younger Luke. So they're sort of, you know, at a dead end here. But I mean, you certainly can't have a Disney cartoon mentioning that fucking... I suppose if it's a Disney Plus cartoon, and not just like a Disney cartoon, you can have them find out about the younglings. But I still think they're going to want to be very fucking careful about how they go about explaining the younglings. I mean, they got fucking slaughtered. Fucking... Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? One imposter is among us. But like, how do you... You have to find something else that's terrible that Anakin did for Luke to get pissed off by, I think. But then again, also maybe you shouldn't, because Episode 6, you know, tied a little bow around the whole thing. But at the same time, Luke and Ahsoka would be just an awesome pairing. As, like, you know, a buddy cop kind of show, not a relationship thing. I'm not one of those people who ship characters that are just weird. You know, there's a Bart and Lisa ship, like, thing on Tumblr. And then there's Wally and Iris for, like, The Flash. It's like, stop it. I think shipping is just weird, and I don't do that. But, you know, you do you. So, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just, you know, saying, like, fucking buddy cop. I mean, Ahsoka would have more experience than Luke. I think that would be interesting. Then you get to see them use some training sabers, like in, I think it was Knights of the Old Republic. Not Knights of the Old Republic, just Old Republic, the MMO one. I was playing that, and boy, it was good shit. But yeah, like, the first weapon you get is like a training saber, and like, that's not going to be a very good weapon. That's for training. It'll only zap the enemies. It won't cut through them at all. Something like that. The dialogue in that game was really weird. So yeah, something like that. So you get a training saber and you get to see them fight. That would be awesome. Especially if, you know, Luke fights like he normally does, and Ahsoka fights like she normally does. You have, like, the movie Luke versus the very clearly animated Ahsoka. I'm not saying part live action, part animated. I'm just saying that they'd be done the way they normally are. So you have, like, her bouncing around like a fucking maniac, and then you have Luke who's just standing his ground, blocking and striking. You know that thing she does when she's fighting Vader, where she does like the front flip and then she lands on a saber, and then Vader like pushes up and then she does like a back flip and goes behind him? That kind of fucking crazy Ninja Yoda shit. Prequel Yoda, not original Yoda. That kind of shit would be fucking lit. I don't know why I say that unironically now. But Yeah, I'm just like, oh man, that would be a fucking cool crossover. Dude, guys, does Star Wars Resistance ever get better? I watched like 5 episodes and I wanted to just end it. I'm gonna watch it again later. I'm gonna watch all of it because it's like Star Wars canon, I'm pretty sure. But, ugh. People complain about Rebels, but this is just like a steady fucking decline. And then they had the audacity to bring Star Wars: The Clone Wars back for a final season, and it was fucking amazing. So why does Rebels and why is Rebels not as amazing, and why is Resistance fucking garbage? Can anyone explain that? I would like to fucking know. Oh, also, it'd be cool if in Luke's new Jedi Order, for that show, they brought back characters like Kyle Katarn and the one guy, the asshole from like the beginning of Jedi Knight Academy. Wasn't Kyle Katarn in like a first-person shooter that was basically a Doom clone as well? Dark Forces of the Empire or something? Star Wars. Star Wars. RAS. Fuck, I can't type. Dark Forces? That's a book. Oh no, it's a video game. I was looking at the Force Unleashed book. This doesn't look like... Oh, this is Dark Forces 2. 1. Dark Forces 1. What is that? Yeah, this is the game. And it features Kyle Katarn, right? Let's see, let's go to Wikipedia. Kyle Katarn, yep. Yeah, so he's in Dark Forces 2. I'm just gonna look up the character and see what appearances he has. Kyle Katarn. He's really fucking cool. Last appearance, Fate of the Apocalypse. That's a book. Appearances. The Jedi Knight series. Kyle Katarn first appeared in Star Wars Dark Forces, where he was introduced as a former Imperial officer who became a mercenary for hire after learning the Empire was responsible for the death of his father. See, that would be cool. He's part of Luke's Jedi Order post Episode 6 in like non-canon materials, though. Yeah, so he was force sensitive and he just didn't know it. Mysteries of the Sith expansion pack for Dark Forces 2. Oh, that doesn't count. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Alright. Didn't even know that was a game. Jedi Knight Academy. Wait, it takes place a year after Jedi Outcast. Wait, so what the fuck? Wait, so is Dark Forces... Wait, I'm confused. I'm so fucking confused. Star Wars literature. In the New Jedi Order series of novels. So, yeah, this character's, like, very major in Legends, but I don't think he's canon. I think Wikipedia doesn't actually list canonicity. I think that's a fandom thing. Okay, so I'm gonna type in Kyle Katarn and see if he does have any sort of canon. I'd be very fucking surprised. But I don't want to get my details wrong. Fandom. Don't play the video, Wikipedia. Yep, fucking strictly Legends. Strictly fucking Legends. So let's see what's the top quote. I'm no Jedi. I'm just a guy with a lightsaber and a few questions. I mean, alright. Wait, you just wake up in the morning, not know what's happening, and now you have a lightsaber? I'm not a Jedi. I'm just a guy with a lightsaber and a few questions. Ooh, or that could be some fucking torture shit where he's getting ready to fucking interrogate a prisoner, and it's like, the Jedi don't torture people. And then he's like, I'm no Jedi. I'm just a man with a lightsaber and a few questions. That'd actually be badass. Unfortunately, Wikipedia does not tell me the fucking origin of the quote. So anyways, or the context even. But, yeah, so Kyle Katarn, he would be really cool. Also, Yeah, I think the new Jedi Order series, or Jedi Fallen Order, since that's like a series, they could like slowly tie that uh into like the fuck it, we'll say like Cal is like, I don't know, 15. So then maybe he dies like right before episode 7. So he's like, I don't know the exact time and shit. So we'll say he's like fucking 40 max and 28 minimum. So, you know, he, then you have like a good arc with the character. You get, maybe he sets the foundation, or he helps Luke set the foundation or something. Maybe him and Luke run into each other at some point. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, so Star Wars is so fucking cool, and there's so many comics and shit that I've missed that I gotta go fucking pick up. There's so much to talk about that I never even knew, man. It's kind of neat. Neat. So yeah, but anyways, I do think Luke never meeting Ahsoka is kind of a bummer. Like, that would have been so cool. Ahsoka would have a more dynamic understanding of who Anakin is than Luke would. Because Luke grew up thinking that his father was a drug runner, and then he thought that, you know, he was killed by Vader. Obi-Wan's like, oh no, your father was a Jedi, but he was killed by Vader. And he's like, I thought he died in an accident. So, I mean, right? Like, he got fucking murked. But at the same time, he didn't get fucking murked. So, Luke understands, like, the whole after Anakin Skywalker thing. But Ahsoka really knows before Darth Vader and after Anakin Skywalker and everything in between, really. I don't know when Rebels takes place exactly, but I think it's before A New Hope. So, actually, fuck, yeah, I'm stupid. It's definitely before A New Hope, because the Obi-Wan versus Maul thing. So, yeah. So, like, the show starts out before A New Hope and it ends after Episode 6. There's room for Ahsoka to still... Ahsoka could just fucking... Ahsoka, Cal, Luke, and Starkiller would just be perfect material for me. That would be satisfactory. That's not going to happen, but hopefully Ahsoka and Luke do end up meeting at some point. The canon says no, sort of, so I'm guessing maybe not. Fuck the canon. Just have, like, fucking time travel consequences or whatever, since Ezra saved Ahsoka, you know? Yo, I got a theory.
and it's Superman and Lois time. So basically, that was stupid as fuck. I apologize. But basically, so Deegan, Dr. Destiny in the Elseworlds crossover, became Superman, and he had a black suit. And he was evil. Now, by the way, Superman was on... Superman and Supergirl were on Earth 38, now they're on Earth Prime. As Earth 1... Elements of Earth 1, Earth 2, and Earth 5, 38, were carried over into Earth Prime and recreated. So, but... so the Lex Luthor we see on Supergirl is still the Earth 38 one, and I guess now the Earth Prime one. But, the one on, the Lex Luthor on Superman and Lois is probably the Earth 1 Lex Luthor. And if it is the Earth 1 Lex Luthor, then that means that the black suit Superman might be Deegan. Might be Dr. Destiny. And so, the Superman that destroyed his world was from the crossover, the Elseworlds event. Wouldn't that be fucking sick? If that isn't accurate, I fucking want it to be, okay? Like, but I'm like confident that that's what they're doing now. It makes so much sense. No one, I've never heard, I have not been watching a whole lot of Arrowverse content recently on YouTube, but I haven't heard anyone suggest that. And it makes so much fucking sense if you ask me. Like seriously, fucking ask me. Do it now. Yes, it makes sense. So, yeah, this McDonald's coffee is fucking good. I know people say McDonald's is disgusting, but also, you're fucking lying because they're still in business. So, someone's eating it. But, yeah, basically, this is probably one of the most obvious things ever, and yet I've never heard anyone say it. But, yeah, in my defense, I haven't been watching a whole lot of Pagey or Eric's Reloaded or, Boba Talks in a while. But I do watch these guys a lot, so if they said it, then fuck me and they're right. Fuck me right in the asshole. I'm not buying you all that mess. Try it, bitch. But yeah, dude, this feels like so obvious, and yet I didn't think it was even a possibility. At first, I thought the whole welcome back Captain Luthor thing was kind of weird. I thought it was like a red herring. And, no. But because, like, he says, like, one, that doesn't look like the Lexo battlesuit. And two, that doesn't look like, well, he doesn't look like John Cryer, so, but the big thing for me was that he said, "You destroyed my home planet." Like, what the fuck does that mean? That's a really weird way to say you destroyed my universe. I mean, like, did he, like, just punch the ground so hard that the whole fucking Earth exploded? I mean, that'd be cool. I'd piss on that. But this piece of rubble over here in, like, this corner of space is mine. I have marked it. But, like, what he destroyed your home? That's so fucking weird that you would say home planet. Like, am I missing something here? If I was talking about my Earth being destroyed or whatever, I'd be like, my universe is gone. But you're just like, yeah, my planet's gone. Fucking, my planet got kryptoned. You think it got kryptoned by pieces of krypton? Wouldn't that be fucking rad? Radical. But, yeah, I do believe that, I don't think the episode's come out yet. I may have to go look. But I'm pretty sure in one of the trailers, Lois Lane is talking to Lex, and she doesn't seem to recognize him. So, John Cryer is still the Earth Prime Lex Luthor. Maybe he's dead or something like that. I don't fucking know. When Supergirl wraps up, what they need to do is have Supergirl, Martian Manhunter, and Lex Luthor appear on Superman and Lois. And Supergirl, I guess, probably won't be a big part of it, but Martian Manhunter and Lex Luthor could totally become series regulars. That would be sick. Dude, this coffee is way too fucking good. Fuck. I just tripped on my own foot. Fast as fuck, boys. But, yeah, I don't know, I really wasn't buying that he was... I thought he was, like, Val Zod or General Zod or something like that. And then the other thing was, like, wait a minute, why would they be wearing armor? They're about as strong as Kryptonians. And, dude, Lex's battlesuit here is fucking amazing. Supergirl was destroying the John Cryer's battlesuit. And then this guy just comes out of fucking nowhere. And Superman can't even fucking penetrate it. Superman fucking... I don't remember if this was the robot one or the actual one. But he's just beating the shit out of it. He takes it out of the sky and then fucking throws it down. And then he just fucking slams down, creates a giant fucking crater, blows up all the trees, and then fucking fucks it up. And he still can't rip pieces of it apart. He's able to, like, rip off the head of, the robot one at some point, but, I was like, what the fuck, dude? That battlesuit's too good, guys. The battlesuit. That's a very bad Seuss impression. Oh, hey, guys. The battlesuit is too good. Fuck. But, yeah. This show's amazing. It works so well. I genuinely cannot wait to see more. And it'd be great if they gave Crisis on Infinite Earths another reason to exist. Because really the only reason it exists is to set up Crisis. And if you ask me, that's not a really good reason to exist. But if Deegan becomes a pretty good plot point for this, boom, there you go. Lex Luthor could be like, oh, I'm the good guy, and you're the good guy. Whereas he's just like, I'm the good guy and you're the bad guy. But yo, once he finds out, it's like, oh, that wasn't me. He's like, yo, that was Dr. Destiny. That wasn't me. Also, I suppose for it to be Dr. Destiny, it doesn't necessarily have to be Earth 1, but that's like really all that makes sense. Also, I just remember that Earth 90 got totally fucked during Elseworlds. Also, what the fuck was that up with that big brolic dude from the last episode of The Flash? The guy just comes up and beats Abracadabra and then it's just like, fuck you, I'm out. Fuck you, I'm leaving. Bye, guys.
There's a kitchen knife over here. Probably the murder weapon.
Any sign of a break-in?
Nope. The landlord said the front door was locked from the inside. All the windows were boarded up. The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his hand?
wasn't here when we arrived. I gotta get some air. Make yourself at home. I'll be outside if you need me.
Alright, guys. I'm making a Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe video because there are some characters that I want to see in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe 2. We're getting a Mortal Kombat movie. And, I figure I'm going to pump out some Mortal Kombat and Injustice videos to get y'all hyped. I would have not done Injustice videos, but Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Shao Kahn, and Raiden appear in the Injustice series. So I'll just get some footage of them. Shao Kahn, he has like a cameo, but I'll get some footage nonetheless. Now, so yeah, these are 5 characters I want for the Mortal Kombat side, and 5 characters I want for the DC side. And I'm going to try not to list anyone obvious. No Batman, no Sonya Blade, no Superman, no Johnny Cage. Those guys are off limits for this video because they're going to be in the fucking game. Also, I said Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage. That's not what I meant. I meant no Scorpion and no Sub-Zero. But you get the idea. It's going to be obscure characters that I think could make great additions to this game. So first up, Wildcat. We're going to do DC characters first. Wildcat. He's like Batman without the gadgets. He's a boxer, but he's got like these cool claws and shit. And his name is Ted Grant. But if you don't want that version, there is a female Wildcat. Who is actually on Stargirl. So, alter ego, Ted Grant. That is not right. Yolanda Montez, it looks like. Either way is really cool. I believe Ted Grant is Hispanic, and Yolanda Montez sounds like it, but I don't know anything about that character. I just know she took over during Crisis on Infinite Earths, and she's in the Stargirl series. So not only do I think that character would be great, but they have a better chance of getting in because diversity. I disagree with diversity for the sake of diversity, but you can have a good character and a good diverse character. There's a good character, a diverse character, and a good diverse character. Diverse generally just means bad. Let's be real here. You can put someone, you can have like a black actress for diversity's sake, and she's probably going to suck. You can have a black actress for the sake of having, you know, a good story, a good role, and including them in some way. But if it's not well thought out, it's going to suck. Now, Wildcat is cool because Batman has his fighting style, but Batman can basically do anything. And so instead of having 2 Batmans, like how in Dragon Ball FighterZ you have a bunch of fucking Gokus, how about we just get Wildcat, who can substitute a lot of Batman's moves? Right? So, Wildcat. That's one. The second one, maybe this one falls under obvious, but Green Arrow. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna explain it. It's Green Arrow. I just don't think, because he wasn't in the first one, so he'd be a new addition to the series. He was in Injustice and Injustice 2, but that's not the point. The next one is Hal Jordan as Parallax. He could have a different move, he could be more aggressive, or he could have different moves, he'd be more aggressive, and it'd be an interesting take. Remember, I want all of these characters to have awesome fatalities, and I don't think Hal Jordan is just going to pick up someone and rip him in half with his ring. Parallax might. So that's 3. And I also don't think, since it's parallax, that it's well, it's that hard to understand, and it's not that hard to it's not that obvious a pick, right? So, number 4, I want to see Superboy. Not the one from, not styled after Young Justice, but how he is in Reign of the Superman. How he's just like a kid who doesn't know what he's doing. That'd be an interesting take. You guys could they could treat him like Kung Jin and Takeda in the Mortal Kombat X and 11. Actually, I don't think either of those two are in 11, but you know, X. I thought those characters were really cool, so just treat them like that. The next character is I guess I hadn't really thought that far ahead. Let me get back to you guys on that one. Rose Wilson. She would be awesome. She's Deathstroke's daughter, so she could do a lot of what Deathstroke can do. But I think whereas Deathstroke in the game should handle, should focus on on swords. No, I was right the first time. Deathstroke should focus on guns, but still have some sword combat. However, Rose should be the opposite. Focus on swords, but still have some gun combat. And just imagine what their fatalities could be, honestly. All of these characters. Also, I want every character to have lethal fatalities. You don't have to use the fatalities, so you can unwad your panties. Because yes, I want Batman to be able to fucking murk somebody. That's right. I said it. Go all Ben Affleck and throw a fucking crate at your head so hard that your brain comes out of the other side. That's right. I said it. But yeah, Superman, Batman, all of them would be fucking murking people. No more of that Mortal Kombat vs. DC bullshit. This is Mortal Kombat vs. DC 2, motherfucker. So, yeah. Hyper-violence. Now for Mortal Kombat, Kung Jin and Takeda. I don't think they're obvious picks, but I really like them. And then, hey, there you have two archers. Kung Jin and Green Arrow. So there's two of them down. I don't think here lately Melina is an obvious pick, but I want her in the game. I don't think that should be pick 3, though. Fuck it, it is. It's pick 3 now. Biatch. Cyber Sub-Zero. Motherfucker's a badass. That one is Kuai Liang. Noob Saibot is actually Bihan. Most people already know this, but just in case. Because there are 2 Sub-Zeros. And most people don't even know how many, like, Superman and Batman that there have been. It's just really, like... You say Batman, everyone's like, oh, hey, Bruce Wayne. It's like, also Terry. Don't forget about Terry McGinnis. You say Superman, everyone's like, oh, Clark Kent, Kal-El. Well, there's also, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm pretty sure Superboy was Superman at one point. So, Con-El and Connor Kent. You know. So yeah, that's that down. And the final one I'm gonna say for Mortal Kombat, I want to say Ermac because I don't think he's an obvious pick, but I feel like he is, so we're not going to. Fucking Triborg would be fucking awesome. Fucking Triborg would be fucking awesome. He is Sector, Cyrax, and Smoke. But you can also turn him into Cyber Sub-Zero with a cheat code in Mortal Kombat X. So yeah, fucking awesome. Get Triborg on the line. Gotta call him up. Them up, rather. Also, for guest characters, I don't normally say guest characters in these types of lists, but fuck it. I want to see Wolverine in a Mortal Kombat game. He'll be the DC guest character. He's from Marvel Comics, so it makes sense for him to be a guest character on the DC side of the roster. The guest character for the Mortal Kombat side of the roster, I guess Terminator would be cool if they did something different with him. I feel like Terminator was kind of mishandled in Mortal Kombat 11. That seems to be an unpopular opinion, but he feels like familiar. He feels like really similar to Jax and like he's like a combination of Jax and Jason Voorhees, which is really weird. Ooh, if not Terminator, do Jason Voorhees. He'll be cool. So yeah, one of those two. You pick. You decide. You assume what I said. But yeah, what do you guys think? Every character would have the ability to do a lethal fatality. Incredibly lethal. Like, I want to see Superman, like, just punch a bunch of holes in somebody, then laser vision their arms off, and then fucking clap their head. And then I want to see Batman do that thing from Titans. You remember, like, the nightmare sequence where, in the episode Dick Grayson, which is the season finale of Titans Season 1, where Dick is like in his own little nightmare land, and so he comes to Gotham to save Batman, and then he's like, you know what, I was gonna save you, but now I have to kill you. And so Robin fights Batman, and Batman does this thing with the he holds the batarangs in a really weird way, and then he slits this cop's throat, and then so I want to see Batman like slit somebody's throat with the batarang, holding it in his hands like brass knuckles, and then it'd be sick if like maybe their head comes off and he like uppercuts it or something, and then he throws an explosive batarang into it, and then pins it to a wall, and then it explodes, sending giblets everywhere. That'd be fucking awesome. There you go, Mortal Kombat developers. NetherRealm, I've just given you the new idea. Get Batman on the line. We need to call Batman. Hello, Mr. Wayne. Okay, sorry. He said no. He said no. He called me a fucking idiot for thinking that he was the lethal protector. So, my apologies. Bye now.
If I'm too slow, people die. Sniper's gotta be around here somewhere. Literally didn't see that coming. Just in time. Officer, all 3 snipers are down. Are we in the clear?
Not quite. Our perp says his boys are holding a bunch of tourists hostage. He says they'll execute them all if we don't let them go. We have a probable...
So let's get something straight here. This is about violent video games once again. This is... I'm going to have to label it as number 4, but really this is number 2 because I put numbers 1, 2, and 3 all into one video. So yeah, let's get something straight here. There is no world where violent video games cause actual violence. Because let's be real here. There's no difference in me playing a video game where I chop someone's fucking gibbly bits into tinier, gibblier bits. And there's not a difference between that and me fantasizing how to kill somebody in my mind. Because there's this thing, there are these negative thoughts or dark thoughts that people have Like, you know, wanting to shit on your coworker's desk, wanting to shit on your boss's, shit in your boss's coffee, or just do, you know, that thing where you open up someone's laptop, shit in it, and then you squish it down. There's a lot of shit going on there, right? There's a lot of shit to unpack there. But basically, that's the same thing as if I were to, you know, because you never do it, right? I was watching something, and this guy was like, I can't remember what I was watching or who it was, but this guy's like, it's like, well, that's no different than me fantasizing how to kill my 4th grade teacher in 5,000 different ways. And let's be real, no one ever does that. Well, some people do that. But just because you have a dark thought pop into your head or you're playing in a dark game, it's not going to take control over you. It probably makes people feel better thinking that we can just blame everything on, well, the devil made me do it. I didn't actually do that. It was the devil coming out. It doesn't work that way. Alright? You can't... I know Wonder Woman kind of undercuts this, but there's a line in that movie where Steve Trevor says, men just fight. You can't just stop a big bad monster and all the fighting's over. I'm gonna find the real quote later, but I'll use that quote in my essay, for instance, but, which I'm no closer to making, by the way. Sorry about that. Which is why I felt the need to make this. But there's no... You can't stop a big bad monster and just expect everything to go away. Men were created for war. That's it. We had to fight and kill our animals and our friends. Fight and kill animals and bugs just to survive. We eat that, we last another day, right? We kill this, we survive another day. And unfortunately, the emotions that came from that, the emotions that help us survive, the emotions that, you know, the emotions and instincts that came with how we had to survive, carries over sometimes. Sometimes man goes too far. Sometimes man kills. It's just how it is. I'm not justifying it. It's a horrible and heinous thing for one man to kill another. But it happens. Sometimes there's no choice, and sometimes some people go too far and act like animals, which is why we lock them up like animals. You're not gonna stop all of that by getting rid of video games. So, these politicians are either stupid enough where they think they can create world peace by getting rid of video games, or stupid enough to think the rest of us are stupid and will just believe them. That's just how it is. There's nothing else to it. It doesn't work that way. I mean, you know what? If getting rid of video games caused world peace, go for it. It's not going to. It's not going to. It's not going to make men any less deranged. It's not going to help you sleep at night. It's not going to do anything. So yeah, if getting rid of video games helps you sleep at night, go choke on a fat dick. You're not getting your sleep. I have things in my life, and they help me, and those games help me unwind. I'm not gonna sacrifice, you know, all of that so you can get some more sleep. Suck a fat dick and get out of and get out of the political, get out of any sort of political field you're trying to go in. My essay will be more thought out than this video, naturally, and hopefully around 42 minutes long. But we'll see. Because I'm going to go in depth, quoting sources, quoting all these studies, and avoiding the fuck out of the APA since they just straight up fucking lie about their findings.